Anyway, this is our first class. Actually, first class for me after 2 years, face to face. Sebelum ni, before this, I just do online class for 2 years. I never been in face to face class since 2019 or the end of 2020, beginning of 2020. And then this is the first class for face to face. I have to expect that we will have a person who absent in every class. I have to expect that because in our current situation, we don't know whether some of you will be close contact or positive. Even if I positive, if close contact, so we will have in online class. So I have to prepare for everything. So this is what we do. Luckily, in UMP, they're not implementing a hybrid schedule, which is two weeks for one batch, and another 2 weeks for one batch to attend the class. Some universities have done that kind of arrangement, which is, I think, is quite a burden for the students because they have to come to university 2 weeks and then go back home. So I don't know. That's depend on the management of university. But for us, I think we have a campus, and then we have the nature of our class, which is all technical. So we able to arrange everything properly. Even we have 2 campuses, Gambang and Pekan. We have a very large area for us to do our class. But anyway, we'll proceed with the way why I start at 9:20 because of I want to test. Usually when I start class, face-to-face class, there will be always person who late into the class. Even if I say I start at 9:30, there will someone will come at 9:35. Always. But this time, you pass everything. And the other thing is, I also have toothache pain in my tooth. I have to go to dentist after this. But that happened before I come here. But I don't know. Amazingly, when I step inside the class, everything's gone. All the pain disappear. I think this is because of the aura, the spirit from the students. The way you want to learn is so big. Your spirit to learn something is very big, so that it overcome my pain. So this class, basically I would like to welcome our friends from German to enter the class. This is the first time my class have hybrid international and local student. But before this, I already have lecture in Australia. I have been lecturing the Australian student for I think 2 years. I think subject dynamics. Something different with us in Malaysia. In Australia, the student is not as young as you guys. They are actually managers from company. Okay, they are sometimes older than me. At that time, I just the oldest one I think is 50 something. He just want to learn about mechanical engineering. Just come to class and register for mechanical engineering class, and then listen to my lecture. So I feel quite weird because before that, in our culture in Malaysia, the students, mechanical engineering students, usually engineering students, degree, usually they are kids. Before 20 registers for a degree. So that's something different lah. So anyway, so proceed with the content. I think I will not have much about the content today. We're going to look at the teaching plan, because this is what's going to happen throughout the semester from week 1 until week 14. Hopefully you don't have any problems listening to me Okay, my voice is clear. Okay, although I'm in the mask. Okay, ada tu saya tengok dalam sorry, speak Malay pula. Sorry. There is a election happening at Johor, you know. I also seen some of their political speech. Some of them they're opening the mask because of they think that the voice cannot reach the audience. You guys know that one because that video is viral. But hopefully that my voice is clear. You can listen to me, and then throughout the semester, this is the arrangement. Okay, I'll be sitting here facing my video cam, so that later on I can combine and then put it in the YouTube this channel, so that for those who didn't come to class, that you can refer. Even you guys can refer later on. If you have free time, just look and review the content. Even this is happening only after COVID. Before this, once you got lecture and then it's finished. you don't have time to refer to anything. Okay. Now if you look, I think have you gone through this teaching plan? No, nobody has. Okay. That's because of I didn't upload it yet in Kalam. So in UMP, you guys know it. For you guys and who are new here, UMP have Kalam. So we upload everything in Kalam, or the lecture or the teaching plan, the one that we planning for the whole semester. But the only thing that we don't upload is the exam paper, of course. If we upload exam paper, then something else. But in Google Classroom, I also upload the Google question, but I will open only at some period only for online exam lah. But for you guys, you're not gonna have an online exam. You are gonna have a face-to-face exam for midterm, and then for the final examination. Okay. Alright. And I have to remind you guys, this is actually 2 credits. 3302. The last 2 means 2 credits. Suppose that you have 80 hours of meetings. Oh no, not meeting. 80 hours of working on the subject. So if I give you work more than 80 hours, that means I burden you. And then if you look at the course synopsis, make it larger. Okay. Before that, that's my name. You can see my name hidden somewhere here, somewhere there. Okay. That's just my name. Okay. Why I say hidden? Because there's something. I think there's some Arabic words in front. Assoc. I don't know that one, but I know that's my name. Mohd Hafizi Zohari. Okay. Okay. So you can call me Dr. Hafizi. Okay. Nak panggil Abang Hafizi pun boleh. Bro. Don't call me bro. Bro. And then don't call me IR. I think it's some misunderstood by people. IR mean engineer, so we should call them engineer, not IR. Some people say, "Oh, IR Atif." Oh no, it's not. This is my prayer for him to get IR after on. We call it engineer, not. So the first 2 words, then the second word, the third word is the IR engineer, and the doctor is for the Doctor Philosophy lah. So I got my PhD at Australia. Some of you have known me. I recognize a few faces here. Okay, tapi Atif I kenal lah. I think Dinesh. Dinesh is your power speech. The rest we will get to know later on. Okay, the rest we will get later on. Because always in my class I will get to know every one of you. Okay, even I will not take the attendance with the papers. I just call your names. That's why I did in the past 15 years in UMP. I have been in UMP since the first day of UMP. University Malaysia Pahang. I have been here. But before that is KUKTEM, KUKTEM, College University College. That one started in 2004. I didn't start yet. But 2006 2009, where UMP begins, and then I'll be here. I start my academic works here in UMP since 2006. So now it's 17. Betul no? Berapa tahun dah? 2006, now 2022. 16. So it's my 16th year in UMP. Okay. And nobody knows that the first day I come in UMP is after my marriage. my first marriage. I married and then I registered in UMP. So if I ask where do you marry, when do you marry, I said the first day I come to UMP. Okay. And then okay, that's just get to know myself first. That's because of my name is there. So that's about me. So later on we'll get to know about each of you. And then a little bit on the course synopsis. If you read that one, you get like imagination what you're gonna learn throughout the semester. This course introduces fundamentals of measurement and test engineering terminology. Measurement and test engineering terminology. You get to know the terminology for testing, for measurement. And then this course also will discuss the physics of different. I can see here actually. Sorry. Tengok sana, tengok sini ya. Okay. This course also will discuss the physics of different sensors frequently used in automotive applications. So we're gonna look on the detail of the sensors. We had a lot of sensors, macam-macam sensors, but we're gonna look at the one that actually related to automotive. And then actually my PhD also in sensors. My PhD in sensors. I developed my own sensors in optical sensors. My one is fiber Bragg grating sensors that can replace strain gauge and piezoelectric sensors. It's actually optical based. You haven't heard about optical based sensors. You learn about electrical based sensors. For example, strain gauge. Strain gauge, it will give the electrical pulse as the output, and then you measure that signal. You have piezoelectric sensors. You have the one in your phone. You have a lot of electronic sensors built in your phone. It gives some sort of like the pulse, electrical pulse. So we measure that electrical pulse that actually related to the physical parameter that you want to measure. For example, our microphone is actually a sensor. It senses the acoustic energy from the wave, okay, travel from my mouth, spread it out, and then it comes to the microphone, and then it's measured, and then it's converted into electrical signal, and then computer phone can detect and then convert into something else that computer can understand and translate it into any outputs that we want. So that's electrical sensor, but for the light sensors, it use not electrical, it use light as the medium for transfer. Something different, because electrical, it moves in the wires, but light also it moves in wire, fiber optic, but it contains a lot of information, a lot but better. The revolution that you know now, the revolution that you know since 2018, I don't remember, but it's happening because of we transferred from the transmission from electrical wires into optical. When we switch between that transmission from electrical to optical, now boom, internet, all the information transfer, everything is there. It just click and then you can have all the information. Now it turns to 5Gs and everything. Now it's starting from the way we move from electrical based transmission of information into optical based. That's first. It's the same with the engine. You know, the first one is steam engine, isn't it? The first engine is steam engine. The one who very brilliant, I think medical doctor, I think, he changed from steam engine into internal combustion engine. The way he shifted to internal combustion engine, and then boom, there is a lot of smaller cars, smaller vehicles that can use. Even it can build the engine into now use a remote control car. Also, we have a small engine, isn't it? Small internal combustion engine. Now it can ship because of the steam engine cannot have a very small engine. You need to have a very large engine because it need to have steam to generate steam, you have to have water, then to make a steam. But when internal combustion, you can have smaller small engine. So the way they shift from steam into engine, internal combustion engine, then it revolutionized, revolution. Tello. It changed everything, and then become different now. So you will see later on something that changed everything. Like for example, the COVID-19 changed everything in terms of learning. The way you experience learning, it changed. So now it's happening. So okay, that's and then we add up not only about the sensors, about the something that disturb the information from the sensors. For example, the noise. The noise, there is a lot of noise, so we have to know the noise, because if we know the noise, we can eliminate it. Also, we can make sure that our sensors can improve the signals to make sure that the noise is small enough compared to the signal, to our signal. And then after that, we're gonna touch on the signal processing, a little bit on signal processing approach. I think not gonna go very deep on it because this is actually 2 credits. 2 credits means for my experience, 2 credit means that less deeper knowledge. Okay, the knowledge will go. I mean, I'll make sure that you're not going to go very deep analysis on each of the thing that we learn here. Okay, yeah. But everything that you learn here gonna be used until the end of semester. Okay, so this guided learning. So lecture 14 hours, 14 weeks, and then lab for 28, I think 28 hours, because 14 weeks, 1 hour per week, so 14 hours, and lab for 28 hours, and others is something others. For example, if we have individual project, and then it's considered as 6 hours. We will have an individual project later on, and then add up with 32 independent learning. So before come to class, or we expect that you have read something. I expect you read something lah. Yeah, ke? Read lah. Have you read something? But of course, as a lecturer, I expect you to read something lah, to see something, to experience something before come to class, or you can, I mean, maybe something I trigger you some knowledge, and then you go to your home, and then you read it about that knowledge. So I think that's one also considered as the independent learning. So you learn something else other than what we learn in the class. And then the whole thing is 80 hours. So maximum is 80 hours, not more than that. Less apa. Okay. So the CO that we're going to learn is actually 2 CO only, cost outcome 1 and 2. I think every semester people brief about the cost outcome, and so you already know about that. So those semester only 2 cost outcome only. First is fundamentals of measurement engineering, electromagnetic compatibility, EMC. This actually electromagnetic compatibility actually is more to the sensor electronics. Okay, the previous years they're going deep on the sensor electronics, but I believe you are not electronics engineers, you are mechanical. Oh, is it? You are mechanical, isn't it? So we are not going to go to mechatronics. So we're going to go to the mechanicals, and maybe a little bit on, because sensors is a boundary between sensors and electronics. Sensor ni dia boundary. So you will touch on the boundary to the next level is electronics. So we need to learn about the boundary. Okay, the boundary is about the electronics on some sort of electronics. So whenever you learn that boundary, then you can have like you buka pintu, you can open the door and see what's outside there. Okay, so the second one is to analyze the appropriate sensors for measuring temperature. Okay, we're gonna go not deep, but we're gonna introduce you the mechanics of how to measure temperature, the mechanics of temperature sensor, pressure sensor, speed sensor, magnetic field sensor, angles and acceleration, and a few things. I will choose a few things here to convert into lab activities, so that you can have some sort of activities in the lab, and then we're gonna do some lab work lah. Tapi itulah laboratory ni, I don't know, for the engineering students, you require a lot of analysis actually, not laboratory works. Laboratory works is just more important in the last years, I think, for the projects. Okay, so maybe our lab we're gonna steal our lab time. We're gonna steal our lab time for lecture, for lecture. And then in the lecture we're gonna have some sort of hands-on activity lah, to make sure that your psychomotor and your brain can work together. Okay, so there's only two things here about the content about the semester. Throughout the semester, it's not much. And then look at how we test. So we have test 1 is actually a mid-semester test, which is 30%. We only test about CO1. Okay, course outcome 1. We only test in the midterm for course outcome 1. And then assignments. And then we have quizzes, and then we have final exam. Final exam we have both course outcome. And then this is our main book, Richard S. Figliola, Donald E. Beasley, Theory and Design for Mechanical Measurement, 6th edition, Wiley. The publisher is Wiley, 2020. If you go to the website, and then you can if you look at the price, it's about 800 ringgit, isn't it? 800 or 900. I think in euro I don't know. In euro I don't know, but in Malaysia ringgit is about 800 ringgit. Is about mahal tu. But there's some lucky good people. No, I don't know whether good people or what. They actually uploaded the PDF file of these books, but not on version 2020, but version I think 2009 or 2000, I don't know which year. But this book actually they are the same. The only difference is maybe they just revise the questions. In the textbook we have questions, isn't it? Because Professor Richard Figliola is actually a lecturer, professor, and then he frequently update the questions. So they just publish a new one every time. Maybe some of the new senses they also introduced in the book. But if we use old version, old edition, isn't still okay, because we engineers, well, we only the most important thing is when we learn is we get to know the basic fundamentals of the knowledge, and then when you go out, and then you will learn new things. And this is actually the thing that you start to learn the fundamental, and we hope that later on you will gain your own knowledge. Even you can teach other people how to build sensors later on. So the other two, I think. You can have as a reference lah. You can have a reference. Okay, this is our content. A little bit content. I just maybe I touch a bit quick about the content. So if you look at here, this one I will first I will give in the Telegram version, so you can have a look all this content. So from week 1 until week 6, we can have CO1, and the rest week 7 until week 14 is a CO2. This one is a CO. Oh sorry, terhadap semua. Ni CO. So this is CO. Okay. So after midterm breaks, we're gonna have a look on the sensors. Basically, at this time, the lab works is started. Okay, usually, because we learn sensors and we look the real sensors. Actually, the physical sensors. You can touch and feel and then manipulate the data. But before that, we're gonna have some theory on signal conditioning, digital signal processing, static dynamics characteristics, and basic measurement. In the previous year, I think in previous year, students will learn actuators. because they learn sensors and then actuators. But the actuators have been taken out and then introduce a new subject and a fourth year. I think you tengok lah dia. The subject actuators as elective. So now the content will be more, I mean, we are free to go lah. Sebab before this we have a lot of things to learn, sensors and actuators. That's why it affect a lot of students. The marks quite low, but hopefully this semester you have time freely to learn new things, and then hopefully that the marks, the results, okay this semester. I'm not going to scare you about the results. Maybe in the previous semester that they, I think C, D is common. But that one is because of you have a lot of things to learn, and then you have a lot more complicated. Like I said, the content is more previously more to the electronics, but you are not electrical engineers, you are mechanical, so we're gonna make sure that it's being in mechanical scope. Okay, so the end part is just the how long the hours for the assessment. But the thing is, you have to look here. The test 30%, the contribution of the whole things before the final exam is 60%, the final exam is 40%, so it's just normal things to make sure you score good in all the exam, midterm and final. If you score good marks here, it guarantee you to get A lah. Okay, so but usually in my class previously people get A, easily A lah, especially on engineers and society. Tak apa lah. Semua A minus and above lah. A minus and above. And the one who get A minus is unlucky one lah. Tak, jangan angkat tangan siapa. Awak cari sendiri siapa dia. Okay, so I think that's the end of my class here. Hopefully I don't know. This is a morning class. This is a morning class. Hopefully you can enjoy the whole semester with me. I try to be as interactive as okay. No, saying about the interactive. So as I said, we have my YouTube channel. Okay, my YouTube channel. I don't know whether this is useful or not, but since COVID, I have to prepare. Oh, ni apa ni? What's this? Ini saya pergi meeting dekat UKM. Oh, this I have meeting in UKM site. So this is my channel. So small. How to make it bigger? Oh, okay. So Z.M.Hafizi, okay, UMP. So this is my channel. Go to website, and then I think if you go Google, okay, just go Z.M.Hafizi. Yes, you can see straight away my channel. So actually, yeah, I have Facebook channel, and I have I'm very old person. I have Facebook. I also have TikTok actually. No worries. Google the same name, you can find my TikTok. And then all these things here, you can find me inside here. Okay, so just Google these names, and then you can find everything about me. Okay, I try to make sure that everything's in live, so that you can refer after class. So thank you very much. Today I'm not gonna have attendance, but how many? 1, 4. This is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Apa dah bawahnya? So tak ada kan? Jo? Kal Zohari ya? Kal Zohari. Tak apa. So tak apalah, Kal Zohari tu mungkin tak apalah. So usually kelas-kelas saya semua attend, semua full. Okay, terima kasih banyak. 10 o'clock sharp. Okay, okay, I forgot to discuss about the class kan. Siapa contact saya? Kadang-kadang. Okay, yuk. Next week. And after that, there's a class. So you are clashing with a German class, isn't it? And then they request that we start at 10 o'clock. So are you guys okay with that? Yes. Are you happy with that? Okay, no worries. Saya pun lagi happy. So saya pun boleh selesaikan kerja-kerja kat pejabat dulu. Saya baru datang sini. Okay, for next weeks and after that we will start at 10, and then but unluckily the lab will start at 8 o'clock. No, 8:30 lah. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and bye bye.